inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
morning and welcome to another edition of a program we call Korea Cycle. We are on YouTube and on Facebook so we can discuss issues them with the front page of the different newspaper them that carry for the day. And after which we can bring people them inside where they come and help we for analyze the different issues them where the newspaper then don't carry. Of course, we go to the very first paper for this morning where we get now the program and we will start with the Kailondo newspaper with FBC lecturers turns Bruno, and you get Chief Justice Edwards receive African Bar Award in South Africa, letter to the president. The next paper, Naglina, we say CTC mining to fix massacre Putloco Road, and you as well get other story them. We say pilgrims 2023 WYD remembers young Sierra Leoneans dwarfed by drugs. And then we get the next paper when the Awareness Times newspaper say as government assures of peace and calm, 16 soldiers and police arrested, 8 have escaped. Civil society engaged security sector under leadership of ONS. Liberia answers yete to the Madabio-led government for subversion investigation. British High Commission Lisa Chisney praises Madabio government for proposed electoral review. The next paper, now the Vindicator newspaper, we say NASIT takes media on conducted tour of sewer grounds, and you as well get 42,000 people benefit from USAID emergency cash support. Alfred Ayodele Thompson MP defies APC boycott. US Iraq taking long-term defense cooperation, and NRA boss makes unannounced visit to Balamuya and Putloco. The next paper, now the Source newspaper, which says student bags Orange Social Venture Prize 2023, right activist rights to Dr. Julius Spencer, and government to revamp public service. Over water security, environment minister advises residents. Professor Francis reforms foreign ministry. The next paper, now the Times newspaper, CTC commit to fixing massacre Putloco Road and how Blom Bank has come to save Sierra Leone. The next paper, now the Salon Times newspaper, will say to boycott Parliament, APC's Alfred Thompson says he was under duress. And the CTC mining company takes responsibility of fixing Massacre Putloco Road. President Bio calls for dialogue, and Jala University receives another 70 kVA solar power and fish-fed extruder from Dr. Alfred C. Wright. We get one of our guests who don't join me, but we'll come to them just not for we come and begin discuss the issues then. And then we get this other one when at Provincial Times say APC denounces BO's call for electoral reforms, demand rerun of polls. And you as well get Chief Tax Collector makes unannounced visits to border town. SLPP US scribe accuses US EU Carter Center of aborted coup against President Bio. The next paper inside the program, now the Calabash newspaper, where say ECSL concludes post-election evaluation retreat in Bow. And you as well get Ministry of Lands engage stakeholders on draft regulation of Land Act. Yes, so the CTC commits to fix Massacre Putloco Road. Commissioner Robert Kondema Cabo draws popular support from the grassroots. The next paper, na Salon Compass, we say elections review committee establishment. Bios cause political own goal. Crisis at Radio Democracy, board shenanigans exposed. And you get other story that we inside this paper. The next one, na Voice of Salon newspaper. We say another APC MP joins Mohamed Bangura in parliament. Chaitram Hospital concludes laparoscopic surgery workshop in Sierra Leone. And you get Dr. Alfred C. Wright boost Jala University with another 70 kVA solar power and fish-fed extruder. This is another story for inside this edition of that paper. And you get the Tribune Times where you say second APC MP takes oath of office. Islamic Development Bank support government agricultural sector. Star Sport Academy CEO outlines plan. 60 Sowe lay down tools. And swimmer Joshua Wise bags Thailand training scholarship. The next one, an Independent Observer how ACC is preventing corruption in public offices for alleged subversion, Liberia to extradite former police chief. The next paper, the Premier News, will say Yete in Sierra Leone police custody. You get ISDB Commission evaluate projects, and you get Human Rights Commission Sierra Leone's old mobile complaint hearing in Bwajibu town. APC MP takes oath of office. This is another story for Inside the Premier News. The next one at the Open Space newspaper will say, as journalists taken on conducted tour by end of September 2023, several grounds market completed. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Open Space. The next one, the Global Times newspaper will say, manhunt for 8 military police personnel. And ISDB commits to support government President's bill. Government Fisheries Minister to clamp down on illegal fishing. Police get new radio station. Well, all the people in this will get inside the program this morning. We'll take a very short break, and then we bring we guests inside where we come join we follow we analyze the issues then. We'll come back just now. Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So, now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So, not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube, usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So, now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So, not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube, usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like to eat in the morning.
Alright, welcome back. You still watch Colors on YouTube and on Facebook. Also, we can discuss issues them where the newspaper them they carry for the day. And after which we can get people the way they come inside and help me for analyze the different issues the way the newspaper then don't carry. Well, today we get two people inside the program. The one na former honorable, Sarah Jean Rawlings Kamara, a member of the APC party. And the same way, so a person where they do with development issues, then and I don't follow political career in civil work or civil society work them before this time and other activism we don't they do. It is with me inside the program this morning. Honorable, good morning and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, and good morning, viewers and listeners.
Okay, so on the WhatsApp line, we get another politician. Yes, he has been the former chairman for the PMDC party, People's Movement for Democratic Change, and now a strong Sierra Leonean. But right now patron member of the Sierra Leone People's Party, we na the SLPP. His name na Bamidele Thompson. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning and good morning, listeners. Good morning, Siraj.
Yes, good morning, Senior Thompson. Yes.
All
Long
right,
time,
so
my brother.
now the two people in this way we get. But before we start with the all two, we get one traditional question where we can always ask people the way they come for the very first time inside the Colres for we eat and sober one. I'll start with the man on the WhatsApp, Bamidele Thompson. The program in him na Colres. So the question when are the traditional question now, when na the last time where you eat Colres?
Yesterday morning.
Okay. So, whose sauce where you can like for eat more with Colres?
Whose part?
Yes, whose plus?
Well,
whose soup where you can like more anytime with Colres?
Whose placats, whose cassava leaf.
Cassava leaf. Salomon with cassava leaf. Okay, not a problem.
Yes.
All right, so let me go over to Sirajin.
But yesterday na okra. Yesterday na me okra.
Okay, so for the Colres this morning, what you want to give me? What you want to give me this morning? Now the same okra or cassava leaf?
I go do okra back.
Okay. The one I cancel. Okay. Alright, so let's go over to Honorable Sirajin Olis Kamara. When are the last times I eat Colres?
Yes, I must be frank. You don't say. For one reason that I will not begin to put on unnecessary weight. So, especially the less size, I not begin to eat. So, now morning, quick. So, I did drink coffee, and the coffee they take me to 11, 12. So, I don't do off Colres for some time. But as Bamidele say, this is my best one, na cassava leaf. And that's moments that my miss have been there up country, where up country in the Colres, na real Colres, will not get fridge, so they can just open the rest, let the coldness catch them. Morning now, we not the one man, so they knock them, we go school, So those are good moments, So cassava leaf is the best. I ever turn them, whether I one man now cold rest is still the best. Yeah.
I miss that one where you talk, so the cold one. You know the one man, no nothing. I see
nothing.
The OPI is
yes.
the rest. I for take you
one man. That's it. Yes.
Anyway, that's good. Today we get cassava leaf and okra inside the program. Well, I don't know whose kind of will give we. Whether now that fine one still or the one we don't begin sour or the one we don't begin rotten. It depends on the kind of analysis where they go can give we. But the bottom line now we get two different sorts for the cassava leaf this morning. And we just start the ball rolling and we go straight off with the most pressing issue of the day. We get for do with the 16 soldiers them where and policemen them where they don't arrest on the alleged coup where they want for put on this particular government. So let's start with Una, patron member of the SLPP. Of course, the attempted coup word come up from the government, SLPP government, say they want for overthrown Una government. So what do you make up of this particular statements? Bamidele Thompson.
Well, it's really unfortunate. With the spirit of coups down at the sub-region, I don't know if that spoiled the YSF or the alleged coup. I mean, it's still under investigation. But I associate Siraji himself, like me, with a democratic form of government. Come on, military, I don't think they could run a country very well. And you don't want for usurp the people. The people they don't elect both councillors, parliamentarians, the president. So let's stay with that. Okay?
Okay.
Hold on. For take out a president we elected by majority votes. It's really
I don't know if you use earphone.
Yes.
Yes, the earphone.
Oh, the Hamburg.
Yes, it comes with negative feedback.
I don't take off.
Thank you very much.
You hear me now?
Yes, clear.
Okay. So, I mean, let's have a democratic government. If you're dissatisfied with the president, go ahead and impeach him. Okay, the process is there for that. But for take power by military force, I totally am against it.
Yeah, but a lot of people when they listen you now go to say, "Bo, this government self do it and call democratic electoral coup." So the people of Sierra Leone, they don't win the election genuinely.
No. Not a lot of people, a few people, maybe. Okay? I am an expert in electoral process. Okay? Why I say that? Now maybe they represent PMDC every month in what is known as political party meeting. Me are one of the founding members, okay? For rig an election in Sierra Leone, it's almost impossible. Why I say that? Also, you vote, now they then count the votes, okay? Not only that, first they will then move the boxes around, stuff them and all that. We not get any report.
Almost impossible, but not totally impossible.
Alright, okay, I even take the almost out. Impossible. The only way you can do it, now like we Christiana top boldly cancelled 477.
Yes, but this Electoral Commission as well cancelled some polling stations then and polling centers.
Now the first thing that's at the end, that's from you.
Really?
We don't know, but yes, I've never heard that. Look, the only controversy where they by this thing was when new say they predict say there would be a runoff. And there was no runoff. So that's what started this whole controversy.
Mr. Bamidele Thompson, if you know you read that particular thing there from the Electoral Commission, it means you miss a lot of things there. Let all you there quickly and come with Siraji Rolis Kamara. Siraji, let me start with that particular
No, is it on tape? Make it available to me, please.
The Commissioner say that on record.
Wow. Okay, I've missed that. Not the whole thing I know, but I'll challenge you on that.
All right.
APC have not ever say that, but let's Siraj comment.
Sirajin, you hear anything like that?
Let me. Okay, is it we talk about the elections or the coup or
you want to the coup? But let's start with this one quickly. We end with two. This one of boxes them, of centers or stations them where they cancel. You are aware of that?
Well, I have to be frank. When we, as a party, me in particular, realize we know elections on the come up will not win because I follow Honorable Cabo where they put in the head and put local. He say they're not even solidity. Then ECS alone go announce. So I must be honest. I lost interest in the process. So I just believe say something fishy. They come up, so I not even follow ECSL details, but like new say like 53%, now BO get and that waiting because so there is a runoff, an imminent runoff. So I think that came up. But I must tell you that we said we begin to ask my own party say let we know we reform them so that we go know wait till we get, and I must tell you up to side so. I know waiting even gets in the Western region, but as a party for the whole country, I know not been get. I may not been get them. So maybe I may have missed in most of ECS the announcement them, but it's not impossible that they announced that some center were cancelled. And because me contest in 2018, and I can tell you waiting at the mode other than the cancelled election. Nowadays, as Bamidele say, it's very difficult for rogue election, but there's a technical way they rogue we don't even know because when you don't do the manual counting, voting and counting, they can input to the computer. Like what happened to my constituency in 2018, and the computer they take 3,300 votes per station. But during that, and then we do supplementary list, with something at 12, 15, or 18 extra people where they per station. So when you can input into the system, the computer they read and say, like soft balloting or overvoting, sorry, because I don't exceed the stipulated waiting and call. So as Bamidele say, on the voting, counting and voting manually, it's okay, but the inputting into the computer, now they then provide the cam. I remember say, and they say made them display the thing at the projector, and that was another issue, So to me, I just know say there's no free and fair election in the first place in the whole world. Even America said during Trump, then countenance a lot of things them in that. But I just believe say when all that happened, now follow we able to sit down and talk where did we go wrong? Who said go wrong? I mean APC, I will wish now we win the election. But for beginning say then go reverse this election and get a rerun, I think say is the opportunity
Okay,
slip
we
maybe
go
now
come to that one
1%.
day because I actually get paper way I see, and I even see yesterday a post from you and other things, but we come to that one day just now. I just happy. I don't know if the producer been really waiting in my mind, and I want to make them very clear. First, Siraji Honorable Siraji na my own picking that one day, so I want to let you all know that one day, yeah. So Siraji na be don't sabi before this time. But let me go now to the issue of the coup. What do you make up of this alleged attempted coup?
Okay, thank you. It's an allegation. It's in the hands of the police when the professional them for investigate, and come out with we don't hear some voice notes allegedly from Yete, calling by other people, and the all our police therefore tell we which one way right. But as Pamidele say, for me the worst democracy is better pass a military government because then there's some like Madabio, I don't criticize them. I don't do on Facebook. I don't charge them this and that. But most I go do under a military rule. And the next day they be embarrassed. The freedom of speech, freedom of association, all curtailed. As we say, we don't see the trend. Now French country there. But we need to go back, not just about talking about the coup, but waiting they lead to the coup. No, all them countries no be affected now French colony them, former French colony there. And would they not say the association of France and this Francophone West Africa in particular, good for rights about. Italians say we get a form of neo-colonialization and all that thing. And then the way they come now government as president or prime minister, then they begin they foul the constitution in a way for many and then foul much longer. And then begin they dance to the tune of the master the way they've been grabbed. And so as a result, some people just this is enough, Especially so when a set of people on an ethnic group or region, they become fertile, rich, past all other areas. So other people begin to say, no, this national cake had to be shared. And so as a result, they lead to most of the coup. But I'm happy that Italy say Anglophone West Africa, Anglophone Africa, no, they look in that direction. And so I will not think it will succeed in Sierra. Maybe I make, if at all, it could. I mean, they even don't catch them at the embryo stage. But moving forward, I would think that even as a democratic government, this is where you would talk to President Bill, say, you get to open the space. It's not just like a one tribe, a one region, or one party. And for me, even within the APC, I did NRM, we don't bring reforms to our party. I want for push for make we get national reforms, wherein would they stipulate, would they make an even an entrenched clause in the constitution for say, and will not forget a winner take all. Governance now government and opposition. But when a winner they take all, the opposition they be like a famished or impoverished. So for that we not grumble like we get this case here so now. If we been get that provision, the APC no say well, even though we lost, we get 30% of the appointment for law we run with party and sustain them. Everybody will be happy. So like now that's one for push say. There not be a winner take all, because if me want to be president and not be president, then you be president. And for able things, say me good idea the way I get, like give them. But that can only be possible when you give me the platform for make us speak and contribute. So that's where in the 30%, they go to opposition, whether now 2-3 party then, let themselves get a bite of the national cake and sustain their party and contribute to national development.
Okay.
Because that's
So,
missing,
mhm.
they find out say when any way the ruling government they do, the opposition they criticize them on the negative, even though the national development like where APC be they make roads, then they tell we say abo na cosmetic. So it might be able to begin make them overhead and say abo not so better thing. So now that we need for pull our own culture. When we put that culture there, believe me, they reach a point say you don't even care who rules once salon is made. So the aspect of the coup itself, I think it is the hand of the police. I would rather say nothing because I don't know minus 88 I know saying I've been police officer. The rest of people then say they are alleged are not ever sabi there. If I sabi them, I not say I remember them. So I will not comment on that stuff.
Okay, so Bamidele, Sirajin talk about something, about this reform thing about we now know for take all. If at all, any government or any political party we need for give 30% to the other political party them. You think it's a very good idea that?
No. The reason being, you know, I create a one party state, okay? We begin get people from the opposition, you weaken the opposition. The opposition for be ready, for stand and oppose the government critically, not constructive criticism, okay? Waiting till I talk, then why do we have different political parties? Why do we go to the polls? I mean, it should be a clear, free, fair, clean contest, just like we play soccer. And who that win? Yes, that is what is known as political patronage. Who that support me now for give position? I rather go support opposition, no oppose me, then we go give them a position. No, I mean, I am opposed to that. They give them 30%. Now, maybe you can look somebody say that position they like the opposition is so good. Maybe I for bring account, but I don't think say put them into law. Say definitely we want party win if we bring that people can get now. That one it will make the opposition lazy. Say okay, we know say we can't get some position. Just like now, me tell you say Samuel Kamara was not prepared for this election. How could you not go to the south and east go campaign? You expect you win?
Okay, hold on.
Also,
you know they can
let me finish. Even in the western area, Kisimiri, okay? Samuel Kamara never step foot Kisi, which is just next to Florida. That's why you campaign for election. Come on, look, APC. Let them go and prepare for 2020. Then they waste them. Now 1 month don't go so.
You are aware say that the south and the east, it was like a no-go area.
Mm-hmm. Oh come on! How could you, a presidential candidate, create for going to the south and east? Why would it be a no-go area? We have law enforcement in this country. If in time for go, the police they say knowable control. Come on, that's a cop out. Okay? If you want for rule the country, there is nobody not stop them not for go south and east. Okay? Now then start for abuse the people and at the south and east, then free their own shadow. Come on, how could you make that comment? That it was a no-go area in the presidential election?
When it comes to it back, Siraj, what do you make up of this? The APC not being grief for go because they're not prepared or because of what may happen there?
Several factors. Definitely, maybe for lack. If me person getting me, especially when the campaign space has been opened, I don't care. Wait and see. Let me go there, then go attack me, then I get evidence to show. But for let somebody say,
you see the Pujan evidence where they attack the presidential candidate of your own party.
Before that, there was an attack, a voice note when the chair lady of Pujan. He say they attack them, they call for help. Within an APC group now talk say, let we go support them people, let go na Pujan, let go get a press conference day and tell people and say this is unwarranted and uncalled for, But I say me not old position, I not old national party position. If we go there, we'll just be ordinarily so, we'll get weight. I say, let's go there and call press conference and invite the international community or for the attention of the international community, other people. It was never adhered to. Then the other time where he say, Mamadou Maligi, I will see video, picture of him, with blood, when I the chairman for the Bond District, the electoral, the election management chairman there, instead say they wonder. I still say this thing they get out of hands, let we go and do this. But if you know old position in the talk, nobody know adhere to you, they waited and call. Me, still that was not enough for put swear power for say no go campaign. And that's why we had constituency, district or regional executive there. For me, they do their groundwork. If they live there, of course, then terrorize some homes them, according to video. I see somebody say, oh, because in man, I'm a chairman for tagmen or what have you.
Allegation be they come out again from the SLPP that some of our members there as well, be they attack them.
So now I make a talk say, but the SLPP brave for Kantowi, even when they say they attack them brave for Kantowi. Now so who say for brave Bamidele talk something say maybe Samuel was not prepared. It might not. You see, sometimes it's sad that na Bamidele had the talk with Nam. May not talk say something succumb to her. But when we forget a national outlook, some of the truth have to be said. And when somebody is prepared, you go see him. Not only Samuel, but even the party self. I think we the thing say, and they tell say then they will postpone the election, this and that, because of this data, this and that. We got distracted by a lot of things, and it's like say, not it's like, I mean, I don't talk over and over, say, there is an accomplice, a sense of accomplice, people we have an accomplice in our party, we not do the needful. And now they would left them to the grassroots person for beginning to blame, say, how they not treat me for this and that. You cannot leave your house open. You go sleep, then thief man come, he thief. Then you don't even know the thief man, how they thief you. You just know that if you begin the Allah. That's what's happening. We not show due diligence, and because we didn't say maybe the election will postpone. Of course, there's lots of intimidation because I saw some military security personnel at party office, they can barricade the party office, But of course, as I say, elections are not won on election day. That's what people should know. Myself don't work with NDI. We don't manage election at the 2007 election in this country. We don't do conflict mitigation, all of that. So me no say election, also the day of election, the winner. As they say, you cannot fatten the cow on a market day.
All right.
So
Bamidele, Bamidele, I be just want to get this confirmation from Siriajin. Please continue. You be try for put some other points in.
Okay. One question we will get, maybe Siriajin will answer that. If APC been get all this evidence, why? Come on, go to court, go to the Supreme Court, and that's the day. Right now, I like APC boycott next year. If ECSL rogue them, the fact that they not go to Supreme Court, this election result would never be changed. Okay? Therefore, know that. Come on, man. I mean, like if Seriaji been old position, APC, you see where they talk rationally. Serious. I don't know, say we not go Supreme Court. Then, because we not trust the judiciary. But why you go court for the parliamentary? You know, say the APC go court for file petition at the parliamentary election, and they want some of those petitions. SLPP said file.
They're going to court again and file case against the ECSL, but that case did not come up until after the election.
Oh, come on! I mean, so what? I mean, so it's an important election.
Against somebody say they kill this person, for example. I put on that way. Person they go to police and say, I get this thing say this person want kill me. Oh. The police don't wait say then kill you before you take up the case. It makes sense?
Well, look, let's stay with this. Me don't know which you the guy for talk now. I say APC. Wait, make I tell you. We not talk the way you talk. No, Supreme Court police.
For you. Okay. You say you know understand what now APC, PMDC, and all go na court say the ECSL boss no get right for conduct the election because it not qualified. And then the court not
okay, make a seize on that. No go further. No go further. That's wrong. How ECSL boss no go qualified? Now that law that you did talk, it applied to elected officer.
If he qualify or not.
It applied to elected office. That you know they listen. He applied to elected office. Now, if you want to run for office, then you for don't resign 1 year. Like them, the minister they now with they appoint. Then for don't resign 1 year. Come on, let's look. I practice law in America. I know which are the talk. That case the way the former leader go file, it's so elementary. Even if you not get for even be a lawyer for do that. Okay, if you read the constitution, it's clear on its face. If the elected office, you for don't resign 1 year, which is also unfair. You therefore change that. Why for don't resign 1 year if I want for go parliament or if I want run for council? Okay.
Yes, now to say this man not to resign 1 year before he go to the next position.
Exactly.
So in other words,
it's an appointed position. It's not an elected position.
You know they listen to me question. It means say
okay, wait till I question.
If you don't say it not resign 1 year, we make very much unfair and therefore change them. Not until they change the law, it's still then at the law book. When means say yes, it confirm waiting you form a leader they say when you talk.
No, you look, you misunderstand me. I say it's whether they appoint ECSL boss. Now we the go vote for him or the president they appoint him. I don't tell you say appointed positions you not get for resign 1 year. Okay? Appointed positions. Elected positions, yes. Of course, except the president. So let's not to that then for use for say APC the lawyer they not advise them properly, huh? Okay? You know they say, hey, I don't go lost the case or go to court. And in this one, it was a global attention. The Supreme Court, if you can get evidence, go present up. Make the Supreme Court throw out, then we will not say the Supreme Court are wrong Supreme Court. But you know, file, then all of a sudden now, you go say, I know they go parliament, when I not take part for non-governance. Come on.
So what do you
should huh?
What do you make up of the boycott?
The boycott is totally out of place. I don't tell you, see, then keep boycotting who's them. Why is they not be on file at Supreme Court? The results not go change.
Okay. All right.
So if the result not go change, why you do that? Why you stop them? People here wait for change their lifestyle. That is the parliamentarians and maybe the councillors. We sometimes, some of these people are coming, some not even get employment. Some have been teachers. Almost the lifestyle of teachers. Why do you let them go to parliament? Look, the parliament is a bully pulpit. Make you remember they go there and you expose things. You keep them that two of the normally against almost SLP people. Come on. That is a wrong strategy. I hope Siraji will agree with me.
Okay.
When I go to parliament, you can say anything. Nobody know who you want. The debate clause, they protect you.
Let me put some to Siraji.
One thing quick. Right. Yeah. Let's just say Nasamua be win the presidential. Then parliamentarians just say, no, they go we not go take the oath. What do you think would happen? To answer that.
Okay. No,
tell me.
I'm here for ask you question. I'm not answer any question for now. Look.
Okay, the answer is Samuel before don't take the oath and go state house, bro. That's selfishness. We not like that.
And you, of course, you're a member of the APC and you're a former member of parliament. And we see you pose with this only Creoman regional parliament and subscribe to the oath of office, and tell me why you are coming into parliament when on your own party say all of the members of parliament elect for boycott parliament.
Thank you very much. One, because the decision of some of the members of the party leadership, but not to them all, not to them all, na some, correct, right, good for country, party, for supersede country.
Okay.
And I believe say they all for going to parliament. As I say, governance, now government and opposition. And I know say maybe APC if I'm not go glad we share the talk, but that's the fact. Like we let me talk about going to court. Now we make laws. The Supreme Court is the highest law court in the country. Whether you get for win the case or not, take it there. Let it day. Like when I was in parliament before I was removed, I'm one of the 10 MPs where they removed. For tell you say maybe I can even for bitter against SLPP pass out I did with me party, but I did not because I just think say country come first. But when we were there, they can say if they win the debate, they win the vote. But at least people in the civil say we brought out some salient points where go guide the process, but it was not adhered to, And secondly, and I think say we talk about the electoral commissioner appointment. Yes, they appoint them, you go parliament for approval, and they approve them. So come back in the eve of election, say, oh, the man for resign. Tenable, you never support that. So, and because of the process will lead to us not winning the election, and now one for come say with the boycott. I did against boycott. I tell you one thing. One, in 2012, when President Nkrumah gets his second inning, at the first state opening of that fourth parliament, he said, where are the SLP MPs who been they boycott the process? He said today they are not here. The people have boycotted them. I listened to that. When I was in parliament from a 13-month stint, they asked us to boycott several times. Me to that kind of person we believe for top BM person. Maybe I make you see me, I post on Facebook say, now me I come to listen. And I talk to Bokuba for going to parliament. Now me they do. And I pro bono, I advise and say because it's not right, not good for country. So I tell Alfred say, I dey go left you because what did they do sooner the right thing? I went with him on Monday, we worked out the paper and we do the paperwork. The next day I go left him. And I think say it's good and others are coming. You know why? Because for me, when I was in parliament, we boycotted and I not like that. The last boycott where we get where President Biobi they read the statement, the anthem was on, we all walked out. Later now when they say for Kampuli we come, that's how they boycott. They say it touch one, it touch all. But when it comes to winner for Puna Parliament, even when we went to McKinney, to the party leadership, the parliamentary leadership, and say, let nobody not go to Parliament until there is state we. After 3-4 days, then they go back and say, no, they're not for miss the city, men not waiting for. Now they ill advise them people that say, men not going to Parliament. They sit down for 30 cities, they're not going to Parliament, and they lost their seats. The only good say, proportional representation, they have a second list, say other APC people in the camp. Other than that, the SLP person will become second. I for don't go to that constituency. For me, the best way to do things, like Bamidele, let's disagree with him. Let's sit down face to face, appoint the wrongs of Bamidele to him. I tell him, say, this is not good. Neither for work away, nor for scam. How come we settle the Lome and the one here, the Lome Peace Accord? For this accord came after the Bush. We start with the people where they talk about peace. Then all man talk issue. We come to the table and won. Everybody won. So begin talk say we will pull out this and that. Also they ask the APC people already in a civil service, public service. When a lawyer them, other thing them, may they also boycott because all parts of governance. Because no, we just come and focus on parliamentary and cancel them and left them and neighbor question the chunk of business they go. This is not good for governance. Me like them protest when they go and make send down his skills them go now.
Because I see you recall say you will serve as consultant for anybody as well we want to do the same thing. So you take precedence to waiting be happen when they remove the 10 member of parliament them from parliament, where the other one them wait for we don't sit with una and say they not go go until they instead una say no, then we'll go because they're not for lost in seats.
Exactly, that is the point there. And I have to be selfish, because if you not protect me, why me say for come protect you?
So in other words,
you not support me. Well, it's about precedent. I tell you that I started from 2012, where President Nkrumah cited those SLP MPs that were boycotting. And when you go to parliament, I know see them, the people and boycott. So boycott also not the answer. Let me tell you this, And the 2 hour for talk about where we wait them call. Imagine we ask for let be independent. We ask the colonial master them out of the country. Then we will get issue with two brother them. Better we can't sit there and talk them. I see concerned citizens, so-called concerned citizens. Then you go to Downing Street, British Prime Minister office, for go, they say they demonstrate, peaceful demonstration, go to US, they don't go Australia. Which then they yield. To me, I say if Mother Bio fail, now the country fail, not to SLPP. Like when you say, now party may make this, I don't say such things because these people are elected to do for country, not to for party. So President, whatever they do so, I'm not let talk to the SLP. Then go say the SLP led government normally. But they say the standalone government from the international picture. So for now, get people within the diaspora, then they pass from one office to another for spoil the image of the country. Me, I not support that also.
Okay.
Then we
So
can pop this. When President Koma and Bio did they make it call, I wrote a piece like what I do on Facebook. I say you may kill us general, but you cannot kill the spirit of Sierra Leonean people. I came out hot, strong on him. For tell and say you need for changing approach, and I'm happy that they talk about progressive minds, about national inclusivity. So if you don't talk it behoves us as APC, we are the strongest and biggest opposition party now at the country. Now we all say, but what you talk, what you mean, translate and interpret and then now we act on them. But they go and beat around the bush and make like for say election get for come tomorrow. Let's go by me daily talk. This shall not believe she'll get forget a gig on. So I make up in mind say I'm preparing myself as an APC person for 2020. But now, I will be a lone voice for continue for correct and point the wrong critics President Bio, whilst I will be ladies for myself in making the APC better.
I ask you this question. One of the things where you boycott the governance system for now the fact that they say the Electoral, as most of the observers say, it not been transparent, and then especially in the area of tabulation, it been surrounded with secrecy. Or you get.
Maybe I don't know. Excuse me, let me mute him, Mike. I think he did do some conversation at the back, guys. So they interfere it up.
Until we come to you, just now for mute your line first quickly until we come to you, just now. Let's just ask this one question, and then we come to you, just now.
Okay.
Yes. So what do you think? You share the same idea as say the tabulation where now the opposition your own party gets problem with, it been enshrouded with a lot of secrecy, or you get different view?
Believe me, I was not part of the election management team of the party. Yes, I did come. Yes, so from which I agree, yes. There is a big question mark, but the opposition also say, if ECSL not give me the RF from them, where would they request for tally? If we get we own, then we produce we own evidence and say, because ECSL don't refuse for do this, we are left with no option for produce we own evidence say, this is what went wrong.
But say that's against the law.
How?
Because that only ECSL get right for produce 19 and the way get for do the result.
No, sir. Well, because ECSL now, they say ECSL not do the right thing. We will prove to ECSL and the world say, ECSL now this wrong thing they do. So this now real evidence. ECSL don't give their own ruling. Then talk say President Bio win the election, SLP winner. Now, who say SLP no win and Samoa win? So now for pull we own evidence, not to ECSL for can pull documents again. Now, if I put something for proof, ECSL say they're wrong. That's how they say.
Okay.
If I have those RF from, if I produce and say, this is where ECSL went wrong, okay, then if we call them and say, I don't mess up, now we go tinap and jump naturally say, elections were real, then be roguey, and so make them call up. But now, to me, I know they support calling for another election because I know see evidence it on your side.
Lastly, the man where you go left when I'm now Honorable Alfred and Thompson say, it be they under duress. In other words, then be the first one for do things when it not be one for do.
Yes.
He share the same view with
you,
right?
Very much, not in one grain. I tell you, over 90% of the MP elect, they all they grumble. I'm telling you, they all under duress, more or less. Then they leave with which they not believe, and which is bad. Believe me, some of them will call me and do I will continue for talk for we. One go to parliament. I tell you one female MP, you know, you don't spend between January and I don't spend over 400 million. People see the stormy host on a daily basis for cook for them, waiting and come because nothing is moving, happening in the party. Hey, boy, yes, you get for recoup them. That's the essence.
Thank you very much.
So I support them. I support 100%.
So the most reason we make most of them they go, not because of the constitution as they allege, but now because of waiting and done losses.
Now, well, partly because let's tell you, politics and selfish game. No, believe me, politics and selfish game. Nobody will tell you say, are they going to politics because I can't make the country. Now for better yourself first. If you not to that, why you not go allow the person for rule? You support her. But everybody want for making get the cake. So they have their responsibilities. But because especially this particular election, because of this particular election where we go so, party no give aspirant them candidates and nothing, then spend from them some them trust, then be say by then side if I don't go pay them debt, then begin to them function them. I think it's an injustice to them. And they don't know what to tell you like.
Yes. Bamilele, please unmute your mic and let me talk.
Okay.
Yes.
You hear me?
Yes, I get you clearly. So I ask you a question.
Okay.
Now, Marabio on an opening statement of Parliament say they set up a committee where for look back into the election of 2023. You know, but the person where they head this particular committee, now the Vice President Jules Jallo, when himself na beneficiary of this particular result, you feel say the government really serious for review, as was suggested by the international community for look at, especially the United States government, for make it independent body for look back into this election. You think that they're really honest for looking into that?
Before I answer that question, they make us say it's regarding a breath of fresh air. Okay, if we also serious position at APC, it talk very rational, it talk with a lot of sense. Serious. To answer your question, please don't mention United States now. We would talk about election. Now they are the worst person. The presidential candidate Donald Trump called the commissioner in Georgia say make them spend 20,000 votes for make a win. Now they will go look for election. Now they can learn from we. Me go tell you that plainly, okay? Because let me just say this.
Because you never in picking the thief. If he advise you on something where you endanger you picking, you know what take I say because you picking the thief.
No, I know we'll take him because this you see your own analogy then so perfect. The election, American election terrible. They also get this system where if you don't win self, then get for go to another system for decide the electoral votes. Not to America would look to. But me they tell you say
the government of Salon forgets independent body way for looking to the review. So the question now
but they tell you say America not to them for the tell we waiting for do win an independent country, okay?
The government don't do that. Now that's me can ask you a question now.
Wait it?
The government
okay, not to that make the government do that, sir. Not to that make the government do that.
The government don't do that.
Okay, fine. But not to because of America, that's what they tell you. I mean, at the party, okay?
The government don't do that. So the question is, you think that the government really wants for review this thing?
Of course. And not to the 2023 election, the presidency for review. He's saying it's set up for make we look into electoral laws, sir. Generally, not to because of this 2023 election. It's could we enhance the election? Could we make it better? Okay? So setting the what we go say, each political party for a representative day. Okay? From this committee. The fact that they appoint the vice president, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, not to him go make all the decision. It's a committee, and you know the I think say then the talk say the waiting we partners, development partners for me. No, now this now we for control. See if you look where America election no better. Then we call we for go take part and reform the system. Let us be independent. Make we not make with man in the hand.
You sure say we independent?
You know.
You sure say we independent?
Of course we independent. What you talk? Them money where they give we.
Yeah.
Look, them money where they give we entitled to Make I tell you, colonial masters they rip we off that. Wait it? Colonial masters they rip we off that. The money they will get. Not to handouts. Okay, let's not look at it like that. the money we get from like World Bank is the worldwide something.
Okay.
Not to win more than they give money. Then they give America money.
Let me make this other analogy for you. Yeah. Now,
yes, go ahead.
Papa don't born me. It don't take care of me. I don't go college. I don't begin work. Yeah. Now it don't.
Yes.
Compulsory for that take care of her.
If not compulsory for make you take care of her.
Yeah.
Well, it's you get a moral obligation.
Correct.
You know, compulsory.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. You don't have to do it. Then you will go tell God why you not been taking care of your papa. After you don't mean you. You understand? So if you not religious person, if you also care about the parents that were born you,
elect for be religious because we get the wrong thing at the right time. Okay, so now the question is,
what's that?
For all be religious in politics because nothing other in politics we're religious.
I disagree. That is a topic for another day. Okay. Why you say nothing other than politics with religion? Politics are Satan game. Politics are Satan game.
Yes, I agree with that.
You don't know say every day, wait. You don't know say every day before Parliament start and they pray. What are you talking about, my friend? Who don't say in politics that not you know religious about politics? Why are you saying that? Huh? What's it?
But then they go against
say that thing. Huh?
Then they
what's it?
Did you get me? Then they take
the
Bible and the Quran for stand by the Constitution. But we almost say that they stand by the political party and not the Constitution. And that is not, you know who say they're very much honest to the Bible and the Quran?
No, hold on, my friend. First of all, you belong to a party. And also, but the country in campus.
No, I don't belong to a party.
Not to you.
Okay, thank you.
Generally, we belong to parties. Men we belong to parties.
Exactly.
All right. When you supposed to be independent, but so say you get your leanings quietly. Okay. You're not a member of a party, but you're the supporter. Maybe not openly, but quietly. All of us are political animals, my friend. Everything in life is political. Okay? Even I you negotiate something the way you put out say this is political.
Because right now, as we there, at the place you forget certain things. And so yes, you're correct.
Yeah. So I disagree with you when you say politics no religious. I mean, come on. Yes, some people and they play them in a very dirty way. Alright? But you first of all, now God you for bring into politics. Alright? If you they look to God, you say, you know, is this right? Is this really something we have for the do? We will benefit the country and things like that. So me say politics not a satanic cult. Not something. It's a sweet game if you play it right. It's you know. Look, I not say you can go now. I not say you can go now. Parliament cafeteria, right? You can see the camaraderie between the parties within a parliament. So I mean, so it is people. It's humanistic. People like human relationship that can force. Okay.
So you see, if you go to the cafeteria, wait. For example, go sit down with parental then talk and laugh. But when then at the wall of parliament, they go heated, and then now that one day, now the general public they see where they make the politics in we country they be very much heated because they don't know what thing they happen behind the scene. Okay, now we left all of this and let we go to the last part of the discussion. Where basically with all of what thing they happen, so what you not think say will be the way forward for let we end this program. I'll start with you, Regionalist come out. What do you feel will be the way forward for address all of this political, torment where we get right now in the country?
Okay, I'd like to take a minute for talk on waiting. Me brother don't talk this now.
Go ahead, please.
And I support you small say me the American gets a separation of church and politics. There's a complete separation. And as you say, some people when they pray in a parliament, but people when they pray for meeting and when they pray, then they go plan something. But maybe not topic for another day. Maybe I think say God not give you religion self. God not give you religion. Now relationship will forget.
Correct.
Somebody who has a relationship with God, he will obey the 2 commandments, so the whole Bible and Quran sum up to love thy God, love the Lord thy God with all their heart, and thy neighbor as thyself. And so say the golden rule, can I say, do unto others as you like others do unto you. You understand? So I would like Lord keep religion outside politics, because the one way they pray Al-Fatiha or the Lord's Prayer per meeting, before the Al-Fatiha or Lord's Prayer, they don't non-plan for the bad self. So moving forward, the aspect of the appointment of the vice president for do the electoral reforms, I think he did in the right place. I will not expect President Bio for some way for counter President Bio would for appoint. You know, now when I think this we talk, let me show you. By me, go miss this because they on video. But you see this book, well, also in a big document what they call Report of the Constitutional Review Committee, Republic of Sierra Leone, presented to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, 2016. And Uda lead this waiting and called now Justice Kawan. Okay, so this, in fact, this document now for don't put it and this about it today. But what happened? If you look at this, even Justice Kawan, he did with other people from various political parties. Then 9 presidents appointed, so other people can work with them. But now waiting good for continue put now. I remember 3 months before he died, they talk say, hey, una pass this constitution. He said, now good document, they say this one, it go help una tomorrow. But what happened, like, we get, in fact, one of the things that I read, he said, the president will call him a chief executive officer instead of supreme executive authority, But waiting medicine not pass. Now, because the APC be one say, made an add, if somebody don't do 2 times, for let it come, I will don't take sabbatical, he can come back and can contest. No, Justice Kawan say no, enough for be. That is an entrenched clause in the constitution. Waiting person for can rule country for more than 10 years. Now I make them not pass this fine document. And today, now because they not pass this document, I make President Bio still get powers for bets because he's still the supreme executive authority of the country. He get executive orders where they met out at any time. And one of them for appoint anybody who wants to head a commission or a committee like this one, so now they talk about for review. So for tell us say, they in place for make demand one, it's wrong in the first place because waiting for stopper will not pass that. Then besides, it's one among many. Like where just can't really head this. You get other people will be brilliant ideas. So the way they get this document, then get this kind of document. So I will expect VP in assignment for call good mind them. Me na one person, I make a tell you the NRM one at APC will move to NRM national for amend some part of the constitution. Like change from supreme executive authority, let person no appoint the electoral commissioner, let no appoint the chief justice, as it happened in other countries. Them. You see, we are in a growing democracy. As you say, we cannot even in fact not can call Africa democracy. I just call them Africacy, the African version of democracy. You see, I happen in Abidjan, Guinea, where sometimes say na 2 times in a constitution, where you reach a point, the people say, no, for one leg go back. That's the African mentality of the like we get the paramount chief that we need it for life. One person the support for the paramount chief that then at parliament. But they say we're not to a politician. You're not to a politician, but then at the House of Parliament at politics. So those are the things we get for
and
talk about. Not to just
as well.
Yes. That the government of the day. Where APC then a power, APC and they vote for. Where SFD then a power, SFD they vote for. Because now they the government of the day. So they don't get need for the day. You see, and just a political compromise.
And
so for me,
find itself in the constitution, in the review document.
Now I tell you so now. So now what we are saying, if President Biodo appoints some VP say let he check on do reforms on the Electoral Commission, for me now the start to don't begin. So you see anything we come and not come begin talk say I want to go pick VP. Who else? Not talk to for the fact that you get a high profile person for do that means say if we get the right committee people it pass because waiting the committee tell VP now it become like submit and to president go no say no this is my third eye in this process here so. But most time we want for dictate the pace of our president for run the country other than what he gets in mind. And it's the supreme executive authority. You understand? So we problem with the APC and SLPP now Now, because APC failed for pass this document, this document will have been written. Actually, when they remove a parliament, we go meet one high commission in Salona. The diplomats will meet. He say, una dey suffer because of. Then I say, if then this document don't be amended, they say, we don't forget power. The cotton forget powers for do all this and do so. So we've learned from that. And as I say, we're in a growing democracy. We need for get dialogue. We need for engage with self. We need for see with self as brothers and sisters, as one nation. Not to say this is Mende, this is not Timne, this is not Christian, this is not Muslim, this is not no. And I do wait for that to tell you so. Let's sit with President Bio. Let's keep calling him. President Bio say he look for national cohesion. Maybe he say he makes some mistake in the first inning. Any president, anybody, now human, he get that tendency there. So, but if we say if they extend the olive branch for which call, maybe we need now for ask them how much olive they at the branch for let we able to do this. But if you just there away, you never even check the quantum of olive at the branch, then you will miss it. And if you go sit down so and we go suffer back. So the best and the first step for we, that Chinese say the journey of 1,000 miles starts from the first right step. The first right step for we as a nation. Let we answer to the call of President Bio and tell and say, you don't put this on your presidential address. Now, we don't ready. Set up a team for me and work on this. We get liberal minds from both sides. People, I know somebody now, SLP, buyer. It's almost like me. If they oppose SLP, but put them away and go back. Now that's one for see. Low get minds them where they think for country, not so for party. Then people and they go able because you don't make a constitution for suit a particular person or set of people at a particular time. I mean, when we get good constitution, they tell before they amend even a portion. But if you look at real constitution, they go think say even 3/4 of them for be amended, and that kind of thing. So that's one thing. Let the team let President Kuma set and President Bio set up a team now. Way of liberal minds, progressive minds, where they think nationalistically.
You still want Anis by Kuma for take lead in anything?
No. In terms done. President Kuma in terms done.
But it's like I say President Kuma and President Bio.
No, I mistake called President Kuma for Bio. I say President Bio. Yes, that I'm saying. So now that I say
NRM. So I'm not expecting for say that. Anyway, thank you very much.
No, but the point is, I also respect President Kuma because if Ole will succeed for get reforms at the constitution, I must tell you, he played a part, he created the platform, even though he's not wholesome, but he helped out, So I don't have everything I pop. I want to know what I think say, himself in term done, if Ole left handle, left the party, Pashekin won't get any Pashekin picking, we hold the party. Neither Esakoma in Peking, say Kamatela, they all left for not to them property. If you see this, not to in party, instead just come and make you away.
People and the way you also call, so then picking them and the one way.
No, well then we begin to when
now discussion for another the way we go try for get you again a lot.
Yeah, so the way forward, let President I see the column because
you really love
I did PC. Well, yes, and definitely I not hate them at all. But sometimes we just the talk certain the way they go, we're not fine, yeah. So let President Bio set up the team of progressive minds and think say make we go to national cohesion discussion. Okay. Not to a conversation in a one day.
All right.
And it has to be frank. It has to be frank, not to somebody. You know why I not go support party nominism? Then go and begin to say, hey, well, go there. I want to talk for let President Bio glad for me, or former President Kuma, or Chairman Minkailu, or Samuel glad for me. No, get people we liberal in thinking and say
we are not get enough time for let we actually get it, but we'll definitely
maybe another time. Thank you very much.
We'll try to forget you. Thank you very much, Regionalism Kamara, for where you joined me inside the program today. Let's go to Bamidele Thompson quickly. What do you feel saying at the way forward? Unmute, please, Mr. Bamidele Thompson. Mr. Thompson, you there with me?
Yeah. Again. And the Prince Raju is so that the first thing this man don't deny any forum. But it no, come on. Not it makes sense. Not waiting me like for you. I mean, it is say things we will move this process forward. Okay. That's what we need. Okay. Certainly that constitutional review committee, me not be member, and me not one of the people who will represent PMDC.
Yeah,
So, definitely, it will be fine if that condition, that review we do, be adopted and they don't become law now. But that's water under the bridge. It was a lot of money wasted. The chairman, unfortunately, God bless him soul, he don't pass away. And like Siraji said before he passed away, he said, make una pass this thing, make it become law. Now, anyway, we get to go through that process all over again. See how you may go, if you don't,
look at the thing.
Well, yeah,
like
frankly, what you talk so makes sense.
We spend most time with that particular committee day. So you think say them for look at the document back or them for review again?
You like make them just look at the document. Not true. Okay, look at that. So therefore just sit down, form another small committee. We will look at the recommendations. You are right. Then okay for go set up another committee, waste money again because the document is still there. It's still alive.
Yes.
So you are right. So yeah, let's do that and moving this thing forward. Make somebody like say I join with a committee. We go sit down with SLPP. Frankly, not to SLPP get the problem. That's like two teams that go play, right? The referee decide saying that this go win. Not to the team will win get problem. But in this case, since SLPP did governance, let us see. Prince Harden be don't extend olive branch. President BO don't extend olive branch.
I really not the one for asking more questions, but since you talk about this, Prince Harden extend olive branch, but at the same time don't ever give power to the opposition. And then go make sure say they put things them in place where go make put Chris Mansef na go win. How that olive branch they but
that was in the past. No, see that was before the election. That was
okay.
SLPP don't win out.
As you talk about waiting, let me be very clear about an honest people conscience. It said this after where the election done. Now State House in front of the president in talk that one day, not to before the election.
It was after. Okay, well, we here on our radio. They extend olive branch to APC. That is more public. You see that before the president. I mean, no. This one, he talk and bangba we all my area.
Public. Instead be
all right. So what you try for say? No, what you try for say now? Say SLPP they be no SLPP na they win. Come on, man. Free, clear, transparent. Now we win. Okay, make us say that we win.
What thing they say? How you go they extend olive branch at the same time you talk say una go put things in place where go make the opposition not ever get power and una go even put things in place for make sure say una put Christmas if you go win.
But come on, that was that talk I would say I'm just free talking. Actually, not for talk like that.
I think me like chipping and I quit before I left. That's a sheepish comment by Mr. the chairman.
What you say?
That's a sheepish comment by Mr. Dean. But I will tell you that we don't talk. We'll be there. We talk with him. So say but now we the vote. Now we in our government with the count. Now with the content loss, it's not possible. So I just think say now that bogus talk then they, and say 2028 APC take power, and so the only time as a chairman of a party, if for the utter responsible statement them, other than really bring the vibe, of course, if he talks on that true because you will not have to be, get for big chairman on the SLP become 2028 or something even other people don't take her. So then can't say something a profit on its own. But I just tell you say that a bogus talk. And we said we don't talk so for me talk 2018 say, but now they can't, now they win. We go there for 40 years. But look where we are today. So now then, brother, anything not can say bongo food. No, not empty bongo. So
yes, Mamidele, please go ahead and end your statement.
Yeah. So at some point the meeting go make APC not prolong this thing, but make it born good pikin. Be good for them. Be good for the country. Let us all come and work together. Make them free them member. Them make them go to parliament. Make I tell you, their member they're not for free though. There is no way APC can pull them. Na the party before I say na parliament. Now only the speaker and I get the power for pull somebody in parliament. And with the party, he say if you obey lawful orders, come on, this thing for tell them not for go na parliament is so unlawful. The people that don't win, now they put the money out. No, let's say this time it was the PR system, so that the symbol they did, not the individual them photo. But let them be so, make them not be so unfair to them people there, man. It's totally unfair.
Okay.
So me go say like how me namesake Alfred Ayodele Thompson. Don't it's not a relative. Don't go to parliament. Other one then go follow. APC make them left for threatening people. Yeah, make them go now 1 month don't go to. And like as you say 36 days. If you don't go, you the loss you sit. Okay, they bring their second batch here. Okay, they bring their second batch. Imagine this. They bring their second batch here. Then the thing settle. How the first one I go feel because they never come back home.
Right.
Now the second batch go come. So so let's move forward. The country in a fine country. Thank you for having me. And anytime when you want me, I will give me your ideas. Thank you, Siraji. You are a blessing.
Thank you. A name na Bamidele Formsin and in a former chairman of the PMDC and same way so patron member for the SLPP and the other man will be get na Honorable Sirajin Ulitz Kamara when a former member of parliament under the APC party and same way so na member of the APC and I just not any part of the NIM. So that's not the two set of people that will be get today. Well, until we meet again, Nanette, for another edition, I want to still remind you to say Monday we're not going to come for the rest of the week. We're not going to come with a program, because we go break. We go break and then we will try for see you again after the break. But every stand we love now. Please, you will not subscribe it. Please consider for subscribe. And you will not like the program it. Please like and share the program. Thank you very much. My name is Sembe, Pierre the Freedom Fighter. And God bless you all. I know say not all like the program. The producer for this program now, Ilya Sabah. Thank you very much. God bless you. Well, I don't know how I go say the Korean style like today. Well, until then, we love you all so much. God bless. We continue to say LEONE, where we call we are.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say then just